Hey, Chloe. I have been thinking about something for a very long time. I think I'm finally ready to take a big step in my life.
Oh, that sounds exciting, Leo. You have a big smile on your face. Tell me, what is this big step? Are you changing your job?
Not exactly. I want to travel, but I don't want to travel as a tourist who just takes photos. I want to travel to improve my English. I want to go to London, New York, and maybe Edinburgh.
That is a wonderful goal. Traveling is the best teacher. But Leo, are you prepared? Moving between different countries requires a lot of English vocabulary.
That is why I am here. I am a bit terrified. I keep imagining myself at the airport, and I can't find the words. My mind goes blank. Chloe, can we spend today practicing everything? I mean everything, from booking the ticket to landing.
Of course. Let's start with the very first thing, booking a flight. When you look for a flight online, you see many options. Do you know the difference between a one-way ticket and a round-trip ticket?
Let me guess. A one-way ticket is just for going to the place. You don't have a ticket to come back yet. And a round-trip ticket means you go and come back?
Exactly. We also call it a return ticket in British English. And here is a tip. Sometimes, if you have a layover, the ticket is cheaper.
Wait, layover? What is that? Is it a type of plane?
No, a layover is a stop. For example, if you fly from Cairo to New York, the plane might stop in London for 3 hours. That stop is a layover. Sometimes people call it a connection.
Ah, a connection. So I have to change planes?
Yes, you leave the first plane and find the departure gate for the second plane. You have to be very fast if the layover is short. We call that a tight connection.
Tight connection. Like tight clothes?
Exactly the same word. It means you don't have much time. Now, Leo, imagine you are at the airport check-in desk. The agent asks you, would you like a window seat or an aisle seat?
I know window. I love looking at the clouds. But what is an aisle? How do you spell it?
It is spelled A-I-S-L-E, but the S is silent. You say it like aisle. The aisle is the long path in the middle of the plane where people walk. If you sit in the aisle seat, you can get up easily to go to the bathroom.
Oh, that is very useful for long flights. Aisle seat. Got it. And what about boarding passes? Is that the same as a ticket?
Not quite. The ticket is what you buy first. The boarding pass is the document that allows you to actually get on the plane. It has your gate number and your seat number. Nowadays, most people have it on their phone. It is a digital boarding pass.
I prefer the paper one. I am afraid my phone battery will die.
That is a common fear. Now, let's talk about your bags. This is where many people get confused. You have carry-on luggage and checked baggage.
I know this. Carry-on is the small bag I take with me inside the plane. I put it in the overhead bin, right?
Perfect. You used the correct term, overhead bin. And the checked baggage is the big suitcase. You give it to the agent and they put it in the bottom of the plane. But be careful about the weight limit. If your bag is too heavy, you have to pay an excess baggage fee.
Excess baggage fee. That sounds expensive. I should weigh my bags at home first. Okay, so I have my boarding pass. I have checked my bags. Now I have to go through security. This is the part that makes me the most nervous. Why do they look so serious?
They have an important job, Leo. They need to keep everyone safe. When you walk through the metal detector, you need to be ready. They will ask you to remove your belt or take out your laptop.
Do I have to take off my shoes too?
Sometimes, yes. They might say, please place your items in the bins. A bin is a plastic tray. You put your phone, your keys, and your coins there.
What if I have a bottle of water?
Ah, liquids. There are strict rules about liquids. You can only carry small bottles. usually 100 milliliters. If you have a big bottle, they will tell you to discard it.
Discard. That means throw it away?
Yes, discard is a more formal way to say throw away or get rid of. After security, you enter the departure lounge. This is where you can find the duty-free shops.
I love duty-free. Everything is tax-free there. But I shouldn't spend all my money before the trip starts.
True. You need to keep an eye on the departure board. Look for your flight number. If you see the words delayed, it means the plane is late. If you see cancelled, it means the flight is not going at all.
Oh, I hope I never see canceled. What if it says boarding?
That is the best word. Boarding means the plane is ready. You go to the gate, show your passport, and walk down the jet bridge to the plane.
The jet bridge. That's the tunnel that connects the gate to the plane door?
Exactly. Once you are inside, the flight attendant will greet you. They might say, "Welcome aboard."
Aboard? Like on a boat?
Yes, we use aboard for planes, ships, and trains. It means you are on the vehicle. Then you find your seat and stow your carry-on bag.
Stow? That is a new word for me.
Stow means to put something away in a safe place. You stow your bag in the overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. Then you fasten your seatbelt.
I am ready for takeoff. Fasten your seatbelt is a classic phrase. Okay, Chloe, the plane is landed. I can hear the captain saying, "Welcome to London." Now, what is the first thing I do after I leave the plane?
First, you have to follow the signs to immigration or passport control. This is where you meet the officers who check your visa and passport. For many people, this is the most stressful part of the trip.
I agree. I always feel like I did something wrong, even if I didn't. What will they ask me?
They will ask very direct questions. For example, what is the purpose of your visit?
Purpose. That means, why am I here, right? So I should say, I am here for a vacation, or I am here for sightseeing.
Perfect. Sightseeing is a great word. They might also ask, where will you be staying, or how long do you intend to stay?
I should have my hotel address ready. I will say, I am staying at the Grand Hotel for 10 days.
Excellent. After you pass immigration, you go to the baggage claim to collect your suitcases. Remember the word we used earlier? The carousel?
Yes, I'll wait at the carousel. But Chloe, let's imagine a bad situation. What if my suitcase is damaged? What if the wheel is broken?
Then you must find the baggage service office. You should say, "I'd like to file a report. My luggage has been damaged during the flight." They will ask you for your property irregularity report, or just a claim form.
File a report. Claim form. These sound very official. I hope I don't need them. Okay, now I have my bags and I'm outside the airport. I need to get to the hotel. Should I take a cab or public transport?
Taking a cab or a taxi is easier but more expensive. If you take a taxi, you might ask the driver, "How much is the fare to the city center?"
Fare? Is that the same as price?
Yes, but we use fare specifically for transport, like bus fare, train fare, or taxi fare. If you want to save money, you can take a shuttle bus or the subway.
I'll try the subway. It sounds like an adventure. Now I am finally at the hotel. I walk to the front desk.
And you say, "Good afternoon, I have a reservation under the name Leo."
Under the name. I like that phrase. What if they can't find my name?
Then you show them your confirmation email. They will ask for your ID or passport and probably a credit card for incidental charges.
Incidental charges? What does that mean?
Those are extra costs. For example, if you eat something from the minibar or if you use the hotel phone, it's like a deposit.
I see. Now imagine I go to my room, but there is a problem. The room is messy, or the AC is not working. How do I complain politely?
This is important. You don't want to be mean, but you want a good room. You can call the front desk and say, "Excuse me, I'm calling from room 402. There seems to be an issue with the air conditioning. It's blowing hot air."
There seems to be an issue. That sounds very polite. And what if I need more towels?
You say, "Could you please send some extra towels and toiletries to my room?" Toiletries include things like soap, shampoo, and toothpaste.
Toiletries. Got it. Chloe, I'm hungry now. Does the hotel have room service?
Yes, but it is usually expensive. They might also have a complimentary breakfast.
Complimentary? Does that mean people will give me compliments like, "You look handsome today, Leo"?
I wish, but no. In the travel world, complimentary means free. If the breakfast is complimentary, you don't have to pay for it.
Oh, I love complimentary things. Free is my favorite word. Okay, I've had my breakfast. Now I'm walking in the streets of London, but oh no, I think I'm lost. My GPS is not working. What do I do?
Don't panic. This is the best time to practice your English. Look for someone who doesn't look like they are in a hurry. You can say, "Excuse me, I'm a bit lost. Could you point me in the right direction for Trafalgar Square?"
Point me in the right direction. That's a cool phrase. What if they give me directions using words I don't know, like intersection or roundabout?
Let's break them down. An intersection, or crossroads, is where two or more streets meet. A roundabout is a circular road where all the cars go in one direction.
Okay, so if they say, "Take the second exit at the roundabout," I should count the streets?
Exactly. They might also say, "It's just around the corner," or "It's within walking distance."
Within walking distance means I don't need a bus, right?
Yes, it means it's close enough to walk. But if it's far, they might say, "You should hop on the number 15 bus."
Hop on, like a rabbit?
Yes, hop on and hop off are very common phrasal verbs for buses and trains. It just means to get on or get off quickly.
I'm learning so many phrasal verbs today. Hop on, get in, check out. My head is getting full.
That's why we are practicing, Leo. Let's try one more thing. Imagine you want to take a photo, but you want a photo of yourself in front of a big monument. How do you ask a stranger?
I would say, "Hey, take a photo of me?"
That's a bit too direct. Try, "Excuse me, would you mind taking a photo for me, please?"
Would you mind? It sounds much better. And if I want them to take it again because my eyes were closed?
You could say, "I'm sorry, I think I blinked. Could you possibly take one more? I'd really appreciate it."
I'd really appreciate it. You are teaching me how to be a very polite gentleman, Chloe.
Politeness opens many doors, Leo, especially when you are in a foreign country.
Chloe, all this walking and getting lost has made me starving. I need to find a good place to eat. But I don't want fast food. I want something authentic.
Authentic is a great word, Leo. It means real or traditional. If you want a good table, especially at a popular restaurant, you might need to make a reservation in advance.
I'll call them. Should I say, "I want a table for one"?
You can say, "I'd like to book a table for one for 7 p.m., please." When you arrive, the host or hostess will greet you and say, "Follow me, I'll show you to your table."
Then they give me the menu. But sometimes the menu is so long. What if I don't know what to choose?
You can ask the waiter or server for a recommendation. You can say, "What is the house specialty?" or "What do you recommend?"
House specialty. That means the best dish in the restaurant?
Exactly. Now, let's talk about dietary restrictions. This is very important. What if someone is allergic to nuts or is a vegetarian?
Oh, I should know how to say that. I am allergic to peanuts, or does this dish contain meat?
Perfect. And if you want your steak cooked in a specific way, you need to know the terms rare, mostly red, medium, pink, or well done, fully cooked.
I like my steak medium well, Not too red, but not too dry. Now the meal is finished. How do I ask for the bill? In America, they say check, right?
Yes, in the US, you ask for the check. In the UK, you ask for the bill. You can just say, "Could we have the check, please?"
And what about tipping? This is always confusing for me.
Tipping customs change from country to country. In the US, a 15% to 20% tip is expected. You can say, "Keep the change" if you pay with cash and want to leave a small extra amount.
Keep the change. I've heard that in movies. It sounds very cool. Before I go home, I must buy some souvenirs for my family. I want to go to a big department store.
A department store is great because it has everything in one building. When you enter a shop, a sales assistant might approach you and ask, "Are you looking for anything in particular?"
And if I'm just looking and don't want to buy anything yet?
You say, "I'm just browsing, thank you." It's a very polite way to say, "Leave me alone for a moment."
Browsing, like a web browser. I understand. Now, I see a beautiful sweater. I want to know if it fits.
You look for the fitting rooms or changing rooms. You can ask, "Where are the fitting rooms?" and "Can I try this on?"
Try this on. Got it. What if it's too small?
You say, "This is a bit too snug," which means tight. "Do you have this in a larger size?" Or if it's too big, you ask for a smaller size.
And the most important question, is this on sale?
Yes, everyone loves a bargain. A bargain is something you buy at a very good price. If there is a discount, you are saving money.
Finally, I go to the cashier to pay. They might ask, "Would you like a receipt?" Or, "Do you need a bag?"
Always take the receipt, Leo. You might need it if you want to exchange the item or get a refund later.
Chloe, I feel so much more confident now. We covered the airport, the hotel, the streets, the restaurants, and the shops. My English feels refreshed.
I am so proud of you, Leo. Remember, the key to learning English is not just memorizing words, but using them in real situations. You are ready for your adventure.
Thank you, Chloe, and thanks to everyone listening to our podcast today. I hope my journey helped you too.
Don't forget to practice these phrases. Repetition is the secret to fluency.
Safe travels, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you in the next episode.